Alright folks, buckle up because today we're diving into a tale of office drama that'll leave you on the edge of your seats. Imagine being in the middle of a clash between management and tech support. This isn't just any day at work. It's a showdown where principles meet policy and tempers flare. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and let me tell you what happened when one employee took his stand against unfair treatment. It all started on a Friday afternoon, with the sun beating down outside and everyone trying to wrap up their tasks for the weekend. But inside this office building, tensions were high. I, being the tech support lead, had just finished setting up an important client's new workstation when an email from upper management landed in my inbox. "Mr. Smith," it read, "your employee John Doe has been terminated effective immediately due to insubordination." My heart sank as I realized this was a mistake. John was a valuable member of the team and had no history of insubordination. Something wasn't right here. I decided to take action. I tracked down the head of HR, Sarah Jones, who was known for her strict adherence to company policy but also for bending rules when it suited her. She was seated at her desk, typing away with a stern look on her face. "Sarah," I said firmly, trying to keep my voice steady, "I need to talk to you about John's termination." She looked up, her eyes narrowing as she scanned the papers in front of her. "Why?" "He violated company policy and was rightfully terminated." She didn't seem willing to listen. "Sarah, this is a mistake," I argued, frustration beginning to rise in my voice. "John has been with us for years. This termination paperwork wasn't even sent through properly." "I don't make the rules, Mr. John." "Smith," she replied coldly, leaning back in her chair and crossing her arms. It was clear she had no intention of backing down. I spent the next few hours chasing down paperwork and trying to keep this knowledge from John. I needed to get him health insurance coverage that he deserved after working so hard for us. But as the day wore on, Sarah's stubbornness only grew. She refused to listen or change her mind. By late afternoon, we were both exhausted. I had a meeting with upper management scheduled for 3 p.m. to address this issue head on. As I walked into the conference room filled with senior executives, my heart pounded in my chest. This was it, my moment to fight back against unfair treatment and protect one of our best employees. The air inside the room was thick with tension as everyone took their seats around the table. Sarah sat across from me, her eyes cold and unyielding. "Mr. Smith," she began, her voice dripping with authority, "you are here today because you've shown a blatant disregard for company policy." I felt my blood boil. I couldn't let this slide. "Sarah, you violated the termination procedures yourself when you fired John on your own without proper documentation," I countered, trying to keep my tone level but firm. Her face flushed with anger as she shot back. "That's none of your concern. You need to show some respect." I could feel myself losing control, but I knew this was crucial. "Respect is a two-way street," I said, standing up straighter in defiance. "You may be HR, but you can't terminate employees without following the proper protocols. Your actions have consequences." The room fell silent as everyone processed what had just transpired. Then, the Senior VP of Operations, EVP-IT, stood and addressed us all with a calm yet authoritative voice. "This is far enough," he said, turning to me first. "Do you want to keep your job?" "Yes," I replied without hesitation. "Then never take a disrespectful tone or use inappropriate language towards a member of senior management again," he continued, his eyes locking onto mine. "I expect a written apology from Mr. Smith by the end of today." Turning to Sarah next, he said, "And you will apologize both to him and John Doe for your actions." He then proceeded to outline how she had indeed overreacted and wrongfully terminated. As EVP-IP spoke, I felt relief wash over me. Justice was being served, but at what cost? The drama of the day left me drained and questioning my place in this company. But as I walked back to my desk, I knew one thing for sure. I wouldn't let anyone push me around again. By 4:05 p.m., Sarah had sent her apology to both myself and John. As I explained everything to him over a quick lunch break, he looked at me with gratitude in his eyes. "I owe you one," he said, holding out his hand for a shake. It was a small victory, but it meant the world. And there you have it, a day that tested my limits and forced me to stand up for what's right. The office politics may be tough, but sometimes it takes standing your ground to make a difference. So next time you're faced with unfair treatment or policy violations, don't stay silent. Fight back like I did. Until then, keep standing up for what's right, and always remember, it pays to be vocal when things aren't fair. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride. Stay tuned for more stories that will keep you entertained and informed about life in the office trenches. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button and share with your friends. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and making a difference at work. Thanks for joining me on this journey through one of the most intense days I've ever had in the office. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. See you next week. Stay tuned for more thrilling stories from the workplace trenches. Until then, keep fighting for what's right and stay tuned for more tales like this one. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this story, please share it with your friends and colleagues who might enjoy a good dose of office drama as much as I do. Keep standing up for yourself and others in the workplace. Until next time, stay strong and keep pushing boundaries. Thanks again for tuning in. If you have any feedback or questions, stay tuned for more thrilling tales of office drama and politics. Keep fighting for what's right and stay informed. Until next time, take care and keep pushing boundaries. That wraps up our episode for today. Thanks for joining me on this journey through one of the most intense days I've ever had in the office. If you enjoyed it, please share with your friends. Thanks again for tuning in to Office Drama Unveiled. Until next time, keep standing tall and fighting for what's right in the workplace. See you soon with more thrilling stories from the trenches. That's all for today's episode of Office Drama Unveiled. If you enjoyed it, please share with your friends and colleagues who might also enjoy a good story about office politics and drama. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and making a difference at work. Stay tuned for more thrilling tales from the office trenches. Keep standing up for what's right and stay informed. See you soon with another exciting episode of Office Drama Unveiled. Thanks again for joining me today on this journey through one of the most intense days in my career. If you enjoyed it, please share with your friends who might also enjoy a good dose of office drama. Until next time, keep fighting for what's right and stay tuned for more thrilling stories from the workplace trenches. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of Office Drama Unveiled. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to share with your friends and colleagues who might also enjoy these tales. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and making a difference in the office. Stay tuned for more thrilling stories from the workplace trenches. Keep standing up for